Okay, are we up? Okay, I've hit the encoder. Yay, there we go. Right, so if anyone's super early or has just started watching this video after the fact, welcome to the pre-show ramble. So, yep, here we go again. RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Top 10 Coasters 2017. And I think we have about a 20-ish second lag on the stream between what happens between me and what you guys see. So I'm just going to do a quick test on that. Come on. Yeah, so actually it's about 10 seconds. I'm just going to double check that again. So that's seen the screen. 3, 2, 1, go. So let's see how long it takes that to show up on here. And you can skip this whole part. Okay, so I've got about a 10-second lag. Alright. So not the worst thing in the world. Cool. Alright. So, here we go again. Actually, just before I start this, I kind of want to explain a few things. So, you've probably noticed I've not been uploading nearly as much as I have previously on the channel. And, frankly, I've just not had the time. Like, the whole thing's completely unscripted, but I just wanted to say this now. Like, since building the Fat Man, I've not really had any ideas with RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, like, in the slightest. And also, that combined with a whole load of basically get my A-levels together, and then there's university. Like, I've just not had time to play, and just like, especially with the diminishing returns I got with last year's Ultimate Theme Park, the Fallout 4 park, like, I've just been getting diminishing returns from my channel despite putting in more and more effort. Like, I had a feeling this was going to happen eventually, so I mean, this may well be the last RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 video you see for a while. I mean, obviously, I'm expecting a lot of people to want this competition to run next year, which I'll probably do, because I love doing this show. It's so fun, so much fun. But you're probably not going to see much content. I mean, there's actually a reason that also I'm getting roped into doing boat club videos for the University of Bristol Boat Club, which is where I am at the moment. Well, not right now, because obviously I'm in the usual set of my room back in London. But I'm at University in Bristol, so that's why. So I'm just not having time to make videos. But actually, what you can go and do is go and look at my other channel, which used to be the old Shadow TF5000 channel, which is now the Lone Sculler. So that's got a couple of rowing videos made by yours truly, and also featuring yours truly on there. So go and check those out. But that's the sort of thing I'm going to be making. Like, I still love making videos. I still want to do this competition next year. I don't know, maybe I might make the occasional RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 thing every now and again. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I think my RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 days are coming to an end. Like, I'm not quitting YouTube. It's just a phase of my life that's come to that. Basically, I've just run out of ideas and I'm getting diminishing returns, so the novelty is starting to wear off. Yeah, so that's all I want to say. Hello, Adrenaline Co. Welcome to the show. You're going to see that about 10 seconds later after you posted that. But here we go. And before anyone asks, I know I said 3 o'clock. I'm sorry this is 2 days late. But, yeah. So, sorry this is a couple days late. Like, yeah. Well, the other thing is RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 is bloody broken. Like, for God's sake, saw what happened with the Fallout Park. I broke the game. I actually broke the game. Interesting, No Limits 2. I've not actually tried that. Mostly because I couldn't crack it. I mean, I've been debating getting into Planet Coaster, but again, I don't know if I have the time. Hello, Whitehall. Welcome to the show. You guys are going to be watching the whole way through. So, here we go. Well, not yet. Still got 12 minutes left. I usually just start early just for a bit of pre-show ramble. So, how are we doing? So, I've got all the controls in front of me. So, I've got so I got the YouTube stream on this screen, and then if I keep looking over here, that's because I've got all my controls here. So I got OBS, I got iTunes, and then some notes and files. Actually, yeah, I forgot. Planet Coaster is really hard to run. Yep. Good luck, everyone. Oh, I can't wait for this. Honestly, you guys made this so hard to judge. Like this was as tough as last year. Although having said that, this year I only got 10 entries. Last year I got 17. So yeah. Try reinstalling. That's all I can really say. But yeah, the game it's so bad. But like the Fallout Park, it will load, but it will crash within 2 minutes every time. Like I tried running a POV in a flying cam, but it just doesn't work. So how long we got? We got 10 minutes left. I knew I should have started the stream later. Alright, so I've got all scenes up and running, so... Yep. Trust me, you cannot overestimate, or rather underestimate, how long I spent putting this show together. There is a hell of a lot that I've put into it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see, that's ready to go. Black bars everywhere. I've not seen that before. That is a new glitch. I've not known of that before. Like mine usually just crashes out. Well, I've already got a more active chat than last year, which is a good start. Actually, quick question. Is anyone getting the new YouTube beta thing? I've not tried it. 20 minutes to load. Bloody hell. Yes, Xbox, welcome to the show. Everyone's watching it. So yeah, like, feel free to hit me with comments. I mean, obviously my responses will be about 10 seconds behind when you actually post, so there's a bit of lag with that. But yeah, usually I just use the show to just pre-ramble and make sure everything is up and running. So that playlist is ready to go. These are all good to rumble. You guys should have seen what I had to do when I got to get the Fallout 4 park running. I mean, even with the 100 and something custom series sets I used, I still had to delete almost everything else, and only then it just worked. Same goes for most of the parks I've done. Like, I've had to delete like most of my custom content just to get it all working. But how long have we got left? That camera's there. Ooh, I might tilt that up a fraction. There we go, a bit more centered. Yeah, I did the Fallout 4 park last year, so that's why I keep raging about it. Like, Let's Play the Ultimate Theme Park 2016 was based on Fallout 4. Like, go give it a watch. Well, not now because there's 37 episodes and they're all 12 plus minutes ish. Like, that took ages to build. Like, I basically just did an entire park based on the map. It was really cool, but it broke the game. It completely broke the game. Actually, can I get a quick question to everyone who's in the stream chat at the moment? Who's entered the King of RCT 3 Contest 7? Just out of interest. Have fun binging. Yeah, don't binge them on Christmas Day. Spend that with your family. That's my plan. What would have been the theme park for this year? I don't know, actually. I think there was one... I had an idea to do like a Tron themed park that came into my head, but that would have been an overload in neon lighting. That was an idea I had. Maybe do a full-blown Alpine park, like when I did for some of my Alpine coasters, like blow it up into a full park. That would have been fun. Probably would have broken the game again, but that would have been quite cool to do. But like, yeah, like I'm starting to dial back my roller coaster consumption just because I'm getting diminishing returns on my uploads, and it kind of sucks. Especially given that on my other channel, like which has like 100 subscribers or something, like less than 100 subscribers, and the videos on there are doing better than the ones I put on here. I'm not even kidding. Zero effort Polar Express ride. No, you should see number 10. Alright. Asian theme. When did I did discuss that. I'm pretty sure I put that in the 2014 park. I think. I definitely put an Asian theme in one of my parks. I can't remember where it was. I think it was 2014. But that was like a combination of themes. Notifications on, but didn't get notifications for the stream. I don't know. I mean, that's why I put the announcement up a week ago, just so people know when to come to the channel. Oh, for God's sake, refocus, you bloody camera! It's a C920 and it still can't focus right. Angle is good. Right, mate, YouTube's broken. Hopefully this thing stays in focus. Right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes till T-5. That's up and running. Cool. Alright. Just getting everything ready. Right. Yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to this one. I'm very excited. Like, I've basically taken some of the elements I've done from last year, added in some new ones, and then, yeah, it should be good. Yeah, you tell me, Dexboss. Like, doing the live stream last year was so much fun, which is why I decided to do it again. Like, it was just so much fun. And also, I found much better way to engage with you guys rather than just stick up a results video, which takes ages to edit and is kind of meh. Yeah. I think I might try and do one big project next year or something. Like, do a... What have I not done for a while? Large-scale Litterman? Yeah, I'll see. Well, I'll see what the feedback is from this year, but I mean, obviously, yeah. But like, I get a million top 10 all time. Okay, well, on the subject of that, there is an idea I've had floating around my head for the end of 2019. Top 10 coasters of the decade. How's that for a thought? So, how's that sound? But like that would be like an all-time, because I've been doing this thing since 2012. Yeah, I don't really know much about No Limits. Yes, I thought you guys might like that. I like the concept. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but I think I might. Like, open up edge coasters from the last 10 years. Cheesehound, that's an Itaman, right? Okay. 3 minutes. We're doing all the time. 2.5 minutes. Okay. Not long now. Not long now until I can roll the intro. Right. So, yep. What scene do I need? I need this one. Okay. Triple dueling. Whew. There's a Coaster of the Week thing in No Limits? Blimey. Well, that's new. Did not know about that. OBS is ready to rumble. Cool. That's there. Right. I think that everything is ready. So, it is 2:58 now. No, 1 minute, and then so in about a minute I'm going to disappear and actually start the show. So I'm not gonna cut the stream. I'm just gonna, oh, for God's sake, refocus. Get in focus. Right. Where is time lapse? Yeah, well that's what, like, with regards to the jokey thing, there are CTs you can use. Oh, hello. Okay, 2:59. 1 minute. Well, less. I need to start this in 40 seconds. Alright. So, I am going to mute my mic. And I will see you guys on the other side. So, sit back for a bit. Sit tight. But, in the meantime, all I'm going to say is, roll the intro. You should have entered. It's already here. The fans told of its return. The results were merely delayed. Till the time after the new year. When the creators of roller coasters would spill their own blood. But nobody wanted to believe that they could win. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue he is called Champion. Hello! And welcome to the RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Top 10 Coasters of 2017. Here we go again. Yep. It's just back again like last year. So, as before, we will be counting down the coasters live on air to find out who has created the greatest coaster in 2017. So yeah. Here we go again. I cannot wait to get going. So, we got some new stuff back from last year, obviously the new graphics design, obviously the Skyrim intro, and something a little new this year. Woohoo! Finally should have done this last year, but welcome to the countdown screen. So, here we'll be able to see, this is where we'll be able to see in real time who is going where. So, we got 10 entries, so unlike last year, we have no honorable mentions to do. So, we are basically just going to be counting down the 10 entries we got. So, I'm not going to rattle them off, and I decided to not do a straw poll this year, because that'll give the game away later on in the show. But, yeah, I am going to get number 10 up now before I forget. So, in the meantime, Happy Christmas, everybody. I appreciate this is a little bit late, but I've spent quite a long time getting this all up and running. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. Sue's Amy, we've got 4 watching at the moment. Yeah, that'll do. But we are, I think, 4 minutes in, so let's get straight into this. So I'm going to roll the intro with number 10. So, 10th place on the list, we have... Wait for it. That's going to break my eardrums. So, from Adrenaline Co, we have Power Surge. Now, I'll admit, this was a bit lower standard than the rest of the ones we're used to. So, I mean, the supports, I'll give you credit for using J-Cat Steelworks. This was very much kind of the older style supports, but I mean, you are missing a few footers. But, however, I'm going to have to drop the marks for the body of water and almost a complete lack of foliage. Don't get me wrong, your lighting is actually pretty damn good. But, like, it was sort of, compared to what the rest of the entries we got, this one was kind of felt a bit half-assed by comparison. I mean, I'll give you credit for the use of custom scenery, but I can always tell when people have, like, not been playing RCT3 for a while, and this was one of those cases. So, in number 10, we have Power Surge by Adrenaline Co. So, I'm probably going to get a whole load of flack in the stream for this, so, yeah, here it all comes. But, like, I'll give you, it was a good layout. Like, it was a very realistic layout, nice and smooth. But also, I'm not sure what was going on here. Like, I couldn't make sense of it, whether you just cut out the brake run. So, let's jump back to that. But, yeah. Like, there was some stuff I wasn't quite sure about this coaster. Like, it just felt a little bit half-assed. I must say, like, this, I'll give you credit. Those are actually the same brakes I use. So, like, keep working at it. Like, oh, did it? Oh my god! Like, did it just lag? Wow. Okay. I was trying to work that out because I thought that was just something going on in the edit where, like, you just made a mistake. But I've never seen that before. That is surprisingly weird. Okay. I'm still gonna change the order. Sorry. But I mean, keep going at it. Like, everyone stops in summer. I still remember when I was making coasters that crap. I think probably 2013. But, like, it takes time, so keep going out. And as before, we got the slideshow going through, so this is everyone's entries. Hopefully, I think I got everyone in. I mean, I did, like, a ton of images, so if some go on loop, then that's just because of the way Sony Vegas produces photos. So, there's one down. I have not got a results screen ready for that. So, that's one down, and then the rest of them ready to come. So, in the meantime... so how's everyone doing? So we got everything up and running. Yeah. So we still got the guys watching. Shut up, YouTube. I'm just gonna get rid of these things because this is really getting on my nerves. I'm so out of practice for this. This does feel a touch awkward. So we got Power Surge by Adrenaline Co at 10. Also, the other thing, actually, one other thing I'd say, Adrenaline Co. Very funny, Next Boss. Very funny. The one thing I'd say, Adrenaline Co. actually, was, I would suggest, like, working on the edit skills. Like, a good thing to do would be, like, get rid of the RCT3 game sounds, and then, probably throw in, like, some bounce music. Like, if you're looking for some place to get some music, then, no copyright sound, just where I'm getting almost all the music used in the stream. That's a really good place to get some quality audio. So... if you go there, like, there's no copyright, you won't get paid just as long as you give them credit in the description, but they're a really good source, so shout out to those guys. Like, I'm probably going to be using those a lot in some of the videos I'm going to be doing over on another channel. Yeah, I always try and go for night POVs, but then again, it's a double-edged sword, because it also tests your abilities to do lighting as well. Like, day POVs can still look amazing, but also night POVs can as well. So, like, I mean, I'm just going to do a bit of overview of the entries. Like, 9 through to 7 are sort of like... I say all of those were kind of good ideas, but, like, not all of them were slightly poorly executed. 6 was just sort of kind of somewhere in the middle. Like 5 and 4, these are much more these were both much more large-scale projects, so both very similar sort of style of building, but completely different themes. And then 3, 2, and 1 are just class quality, very little to nitpick. So, yeah, that's what we got. So we got all this lot to come through. A chin. That is interesting. I've never actually seen that before, and that explains, like, with Whitehall, with yours, I could see the computer was just struggling to keep it all up. Like, I don't blame you. Like, you're right, inspired by Maverick. I don't know to which one you're referring. Oh god, we got a double fade. We got the same photo twice. I set these to randomize. But yeah. Maverick, can someone bring up to speed on what that is? Okay, maybe not. So, yeah, so we got 1 down, still 9 more to go. Yeah, this is, so far, shows smooth. OBS hasn't exploded yet, which is nice. I should have done a graphic around my webcam. Oh well, not the end of the world. But, in the meantime, the wheel of my ride kind of hurt. Yeah. Yeah, like, a lot of these ones I could see, like, the computers were struggling to hold up the frame rates. Like, honestly, I think in the future I might actually offer people to send me their rides so I can try and record a high FPS POV. But like, even on my ones, I've been getting lag. Like, how I got no lag on the Fat Man was beyond me. But like, even with Skoga and oh, what was the other one? Some of the ones in Volkendar, like, I was getting a lot of lag on those rides. Like, I had to try 6 different recording softwares with Volkendar just to get one that works. But in the end, I found one. So, yeah, a lot of these POVs are a little on the laggy side. But in the meantime, we are coming up to 12 minutes in, so I think we shall open up number 9. So that's all ready to go. So, number 9. Roll the video. Yeah, that's gonna happen every time. So in number 9, we have Grizzly by Dexboss. Interestingly, we had an entry last year called Grizzly as well. So Dexboss, congratulations, you're at number 9. I will give you tremendous kudos for using the Europa Park CT. However, brush up on your wooden supports, mate. Like, that pretty much knocked it down here. Because, like, with this one, obviously it doesn't have supports. Like, I can see what you were trying to do, like, do a terrain-hugging coaster, but, like, even with that, you can get a much more realistic effect by using the by building your own supports, even at low level. Like, it's not impossible. I've done it before. Well, I've done it twice, actually. Or multiple times with, like, this POV. Like, I will give you credit, like, it was a pretty good POV, but, like, there's some parts where I thought the speed's a little bit off. And, like, like, with this CC, like, there is a lot more that you can do with this. Like, don't get me wrong, I still gotta give you credit for using it. It's a very tricky CT to use and figure out, but, like, keep going out. Like, this CT can be used to create amazing stuff. But this, I just felt like it was a bit sort of underutilized, if you get me. And then there were some areas where it was a little bit too jerky, like just there. And also, like, the other thing I'd say is the pacing a little bit off. But other than that, like, it definitely wasn't a bad entry. It's just, I've had stuff that is a hell of a lot better with that CT, so I just felt a bit underwhelmed with it. So, we've had one wooden coaster. I don't believe we have another. But yeah, like... yeah, like, wooden coaster supports, I can't remember where I found the tutorial I followed for it, but, like, I mean, if you're looking for some advice, then I've done time-lapse builds in almost every single theme park I've done. With where I've done wooden supports. Yeah, like, the wide supports, they so often can break the game. Like, there was one crazy project I tried one time to build, I think it was a 100-meter tall wooden roller coaster with, like, full wide supports, just to attempt to be the biggest one ever, and it broke the game. Like, the game it won't even load. But yeah, so, like, the wooden coasters, I will give you credit for. I always give credit for trying, because I do enjoy a good wooden coaster, but it's got to be a good wooden coaster to be enjoyed. So that one is down in 9. So 2 down, 4 to go. 4 to go? 8 to go. Oh god, I'm so not switched on today. So if I go quiet for a while, it's because I'm setting up the next one. I've got to set up each of these in VLC to get them working right. So that one's ready to go. So yeah, I'm trying to make this a little more slick than it was last year, but I'm no live stream host. Obviously, I haven't got people on hand. I've got to do this all myself. So yeah, like, can someone explain to me what Maverick is? Is that a ride in one of the Six Flags parks or something? Because I actually don't know of it. But in the meantime, how are we doing? So let's do. I need to make sure I get the right comments. Please tell me I got the videos the right way around. Because the 7 and 8, I originally put them in one order and then I switched them, but I didn't switch them everywhere. Oh, is it? I did not know that. I did not know that. No, don't worry, Dex Boss. With Power Surge down in 10, like, I would have been worried if there was anything lower than that. I mean, obviously anything lower would have been an honourable mention and not actually made the show. But, yeah. Oh, it's in Blitz. Oh, what, like Intimidator 305? Because that's one I know that's somewhere else. I can't remember where it is, but, like, I think it's Intimidator 305 is that sort of style as well. I think it's also made by Itamin. Interesting. I did not know this. That explains a lot. There we are. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. I'm trying not to give too much away. So, we are 16 minutes into the show. So, I'm trying to keep this to an hour long, like last year. Oh yeah, I've got... before my OBS was acting up, but no, nothing's going wrong. So, we got 2 in. Right, and I think... for now, yeah, I might wait a little bit longer before we open up number 7. In the meantime, has anyone actually, just out of interest, for the guys in the chat that are watching this live, has anyone watched all of the entries? I'm just curious, because I mean, for the King of RCT 3 Contest 7, I definitely have not. But I'm just curious, has anyone actually gone ahead and looked at some of the competition? Because I haven't. I mean, I try to keep, obviously, because I'm judging, I try to keep out as much as I can, judge as objective as I can without singing them. Singing them? Seeing them. Focus. Ah, TDP Neji, welcome. I remember I've seen your comments on some of my previous videos. I don't think I got an entry from you. Yeah, all the ones in the comments. Like, for some reason, YouTube keeps rejecting, like, they keep getting marked as spam because YouTube thinks, probably because they got links in there or something. But anyway, I think we are going to open up number 8. So, let's switch over. So, in at number 8, wait for it. There we go. So, in at number 8, we have Off the Table by Kidorosa. Now, this was totally unrealistic, I admit. This goes against all my realism rules, but I thought this was such a cool concept, like, that I had to give it kudos. Like, there are some very nifty uses of custom scenery, and also the setup of this whole thing was actually incredible. I mean, it's not in the video, but I will have to sit in the use of Comic Sans because it's Comic Sans. But, like, the way this whole coaster was built, like, I can clearly see what you're going for, like, the whole child's playroom thing. This was amazing. Also, I didn't include this in the video, but, in the video it says this coaster was inspired by Connects. So if anyone is old enough to know what that is, then, yay! But, like, the whole video style and the way this is built, this is very much reminding me of, like, a throwback to some, like, the older style RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 videos I used to watch. So the ones back in, like, kind of the early part of this decade. But, like, again, this coaster was completely unrealistic. I mean, look at this thing, like, I can kind of imagine this being built, but, like, the G-forces in some of these bends are ridiculous. However, this was a very cool concept to be or witness to. Like, I also felt I had to include a few snippets of the other POVs. Like, this was actually a really cool coaster. But again, like, foliage. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that needed some work. But other than that, like, it was a pretty solid entry. Like, it was solid. Like, it was quality. Like, the supports are on point. Like, your music choice, I mean, I think I remember the song. But, yeah, like, again, like, some of these elements, like the double 0G roll, you never get that in real life. So, that is 7, 8? No, this is 8. Off the table by Kidderosa, and let's switch back to the main screen. So, yeah. What have I seen? Oh, yeah, Connect. Yeah, CTs are allowed. Yeah, CTs are definitely allowed. I can't remember if I had a CT win at all. I don't know. Yeah, CTs are absolutely allowed. Adrenaline, so go for it. Yeah, like, I think before I got into watching RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, I used to watch Connect's roller coasters, so that was kind of a throwback to, like, some of the older videos I used to watch. But obviously, Connect's roller coasters, like, the speeds of them are ridiculous. Diamond Banshee. I'm trying to remember where you came last year. Like, I only really remember the winners. Speaking of which, actually, Mr. RCT3 Creator has not returned to defend his crown. Which means that, once again, the RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Top 10 Coaster 2017... RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Top 10 Coaster of the Year competition will not have a consecutive winner. So, sorry for anyone hoping that some would defend their title, but nope. I mean, obviously I try and mix up the winners every year anyway. But, like, this year was a happy coincidence that the king has not returned to defend his crown. Oh, did you get 8th? I can't remember what it was. God damn it! I can't remember what the entry was. I mean, obviously after this, I'm probably gonna go back and rewatch the Top 10 Coaster 2016. Yeah, Whitehall, you're right. I genuinely, like, before you entered this competition, I had not even heard of you. Like, I don't know how many subscribers you've got. Like, I'm guessing not a lot. Honestly, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, a lot of the entries last year were really flipping good. Like, top 5 I could barely separate. But yeah, last year was a very painful one to judge. So we got 4 down. I need to get through 2 more real quick. So I think we're gonna bash out 7 or okay, B&M sit down. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, Dexboss, I remember yours. Oh yeah. Alright, so enough raging about last year. That was so last year, as will this in a week. So in the meantime, I'm going to, well, I'll probably let the talking play through, but I think we are going to open up number 7. I can't get this working. So, in at number 7, we have Steel Stallion by JMac Productions. Now, this is actually a concept I've genuinely not seen in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 for a while. I did consider going for it, like the wooden coaster with the steel supports. However, I would say if you're doing this, don't use Moby Steelworks. I would try and find like some steel bar sets. Like, I think JCat Steelworks might be a good one to use, but Moby Steel Jungle, not a really good one to use with this, I would have thought. Like, it doesn't really match the style of the wooden coaster. And the other thing I'd say is, with a POV, well, I mean, this is just me being picky. Obviously, I didn't include this in my judging, but like with the POV, let the camera shake a bit, because at the moment it just looks way too jerky. But like this one was just a bit, like, it was a cool idea, but I didn't feel it was really well executed. However, there was some good elements, like the rock work for this and the foliage is actually somewhat on point, but again, like, it wasn't bad, but I just felt that it wasn't very well done. Like, also, with the splashdown, you can definitely make your own ones in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 that look a lot better. And also, I'm pretty sure no coaster ever has 2 splashdowns, just saying. So, but other than that, like, this wasn't a bad entry. Like, this is definitely a step up into sort of the bigger guns. But the other thing I'd say is with the rock work, make sure you're using multiple textures, because I can spot Shy's rocks in an instant. And this was a prime example. And the other thing I'd say is, like, around here, like, towards the end of it, the pacing was just a little bit off. Like, it just felt like it was a little bit too slow. Oops, I will save that for later. But, so that is number 7. However, I will say, the station building was very much on point. Like, it was a really cool one to see. But, like, just the execution of this concept, I didn't feel was particularly good. So, that is number 7. So, we have Steel Stallion by JMac Productions. So, yeah. That is 2 wooden coasters, but only 1 CT. So, Dexboss, I would love yours to be higher. Ooh, yes! The Track 11 expansion, I've used that. Yeah, the Track 11 expansion, I've used that. It is so much fun. It is a terrible one to, like, do supports for, but it is so much fun to, like, get a smooth running. And this, but, however, I would say there's a hell of a lot of pieces in there, so take some time, like, spend some time fettling around with it to get used to it. But, like, if anyone's looking to try the Track 11 expansions, go for it, because it's so bloody good. Oh, Project X, I remember now. Yes. Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember that now. That was actually quite a cool entry. Like, I remember, like, you had the X lights on the roof of a building. That was actually quite cool. But, yeah. Like, the foliage on that one was lacking. So, yeah, I'm not surprised it didn't get any higher. So, I'm just going to take a quick drink. So, we've done 4 now. So, I've already got yeah, like, if you think you're doing a full coaster, go for it. But, like, the more over the top you can go with it, I think, like, the better. Because, like, it's such a crazy and awesome custom track. Like, there's so much you can do with it. Like, I've seen some really good creations with it. But, like, it does take time to get the hang of it. Yeah. Yeah, like, I usually go overboard with the foliage. Like, obviously, it depends on the theme. Like, with the Fallout Park, I had to be very careful with my foliage, because obviously it was post-apocalyptic, so I couldn't exactly have leaves everywhere. So I ended up using a whole load of winter sets. I think it actually worked out quite well. But, where are we? So, we got 4 down, 6 to go. So, I'm trying to keep this to a good time frame. But, I am going to, I think... I do not remember what number 6 was. Oh, now I do, yeah. So, number 6, well, you'll probably know who it is based on the name of the entrance, because, well, they're also running a competition. So, let's open, so I'm going to open up, number 6. That's all ready to go. So, roll the video. So, in number 6, we have Nova by Rise Exoclip, or as his new name, I believe, is RCT3 Coaster King. Now, this was a much more classy entry. Like, there was nothing bad about this one at all, but, like, I just felt this one was, like, it wasn't really pushing the limits of what RCT3 can do. The other thing I'd say is, like, I didn't really get, like, an overall theme, but this one just felt a bit generic. Like, it definitely wasn't bad, but, like, there wasn't a distinctive theme with it. Like, I've seen Premiere launch ones before. Although, I will give kudos for the night POV. Like, the lighting was pretty on point. And this lift hill was actually really cool. Like, this was actually really good. And the supports, again, like, very realistic, all looking good. But, like, I wasn't really getting, like, an overarching theme or anything properly neat with this one. Like, it wasn't bad at all, but, like, I just didn't feel it was super amazing and good. Alright, I'm pretty sure this may well be the Track 11 expansion set. It is the Track 11 expansion set, so Dexboss, if you're watching, this is what can be done with it. At least I think this is Track 11 expansions. So, yeah, like I like it. All looks good. I mean, obviously not included was the fat. Actually, the music in this was was used by the Fat Rat. But, like, and also the water features, like, that was actually really cool to see. I've not actually seen that done before. But also, like, another thing I'd say is, like, there's not a lot of lighting going on with this one. Like, you can use that to much greater effects. Like, dim light, like, increase the contrast in post, but add, like, floodlights, so you get a really cool lighting effect. It looks way better. But, like, overall, this definitely wasn't a bad entry. But I've seen much better with, like, a similar sort of angle of attack. So, I'm just getting that one. So, we are halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway there. Ooh, a dueling coaster. Yeah, but like, not winner last year, like that had a giant effing bass drop, and like that was like completely over the top. Like this one, it wasn't bad, but like I just didn't feel it was pushing the boundaries. Like, I don't know. Like also last year's one was a slingshot, whereas this one was the standard launch. So the slingshot is much harder to get right. Like I tried making one actually for the King of RC TV Contest 7. Which, by the way, Rise X Eclipse is hosting, so go check it out. I mean, I think results come out tomorrow, so shout out to that. So go and check out his channel tomorrow when the results drop. I am very hopeful. But yeah, like, don't mention, I get where you're coming from. It's similar to last year, but last year's one had much better lighting, much more crazy supports. Like that one was last year's voltage was properly over the top and had the giant bass drop and was a slingshot. Like it hit all the boxes. So, in the meantime, I think I'm going to do a bit of a rundown of who we got. So, switching over to the results screen. At number 10, we have, just to recap, we have Power Surge by Adrenaline Co. 9, we have Grizzly by Dexboss. 8, we have Off the Table by Kidderosa. 7, Steel Stallion by JMac Productions. And 6, we have Nova by Rise X Eclipse. Still got the top 5 and the podium sitters to come. So, we are yet to crown the winner, but it will be done. So yeah, this is how the results are looking. I was actually yeah, let me know what you guys think of this, because I was debating doing like animated, but that would have just been a pain in the ass to put together. But this is what I got going so far. So, who is where? Yeah, I mean this is a little bit like a game show, but whatever. I quite like it. It's kind of cool. So, we've got 5 coasters to do in about half an hour. Should be doable. Yeah, like, I'm in the midst of preparing stuff for Christmas. And actually, also, another thing you should go and check out, I'm surprised I didn't mention this earlier, is go check out the University of Bristol Boat Club's YouTube channel, because I am going to be producing videos for that. So, go and have a look at it. I've already put one up there, one from the British University Collegiate Sports Indoor Rowing Championships. I think I got that right. So, go check it out. Yeah, well, last year I didn't have this. Like, this is new for 2017, so of course it's better than last year. But yeah, so I'm going to switch back to main results. So, that's who we got so far. But we still got 5 more coasters to count down, and obviously the winner to crown. Don't worry, John, I'm not that much of an idiot when it comes to judging. Actually, someone I'm disappointed is not joining us. Venomous Ruler 272, or also known as, I think currently as Insane Coasters. I'm slightly gutted he's not joining us for this year's entry. Like, he was, like, he used to have quite a good bit of banter last year. So, and I think I entered one of his competitions as well with Fake Crow. So go check that out. But we have still got 5, frankly, from here on in, they were classy entries. Like, the top 5. Ooh, once again, they were very hard to separate. Like, the low ends can be a drop off, but like top 5, I've noticed consistently have been very hard to judge. So, yeah. Do I want to do them yet? Yeah. So with the music change, we are entering the second half of the show. So, number 5 is ready to go. And I'm going to switch over to roll the scene change. So, in at number 5, we have Red Eye's Revenge by Diamond Banshee, up 3 places, I believe, from last year. Now, straight away, this one, right from the get-go, I knew we were into the business end of this competition. Like, I didn't include it, but the backstory was nice appreciated. I didn't actually realize Red Eye was an actual pirate, I think. And like, the one thing I had to say, the rock work, holy shit. Like, the scenery, everything, like, it totally got the Pirates of the Caribbean theme I could see that was coming across. Like, really good. Like, foliage, also really on point with that as well. Not sure about the castle, it is still on point, like, it is still very well built. Also, the station building, holy crap, that was a joy to behold. Like, the particle effects, like, just the attention to detail in this was phenomenal. Oh, I should have lined this up with a base job. Oh well. But like this, like also the interior details, like it's all about doing the exterior, but when you do an interior as well, like that was top end point. Like, I mean, there is your scenery was amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, so many aspects of this coaster were phenomenal, but like, I so wanted this to be higher. But like, there was like, when it got to the POV itself, I was slightly disappointed. But even this, like, I mean, I'm slightly nitpicking the same texture all the way around, but still, it was really cool to see. I like the cannons and like the skull. I don't even know where you got half this custom scene from. I've never seen it before. But like, the one thing I was slightly disappointed by was the pacing of this coaster. Like, especially in the first half, like, it just felt like way too fast. Like, when the camera's shaking, like, that's when you can tell it's probably going too fast. Like, with all these corners, like, the G-forces would be all over the place. Like, don't get me wrong, this was still an awesome coaster to see, but like, I just got the sense that it would kill you. Like, if that launch was just a little bit slower, then it would have been amazing. Like, I probably would have put this in the podium spots. But just because of this first half pacing, like, it was just way too fast, and just the G-force was way too high, so I was a little bit disappointed. But like, the rest of this is shame, because this coaster is, all other aspects considered, amazing. And like, just the indoor sections as well, I loved so much of this. Like, it was such a joy to behold. And like, just look at this, like, the whole water section, the catwalks, like, the scaffolding set, that was such a clever idea. Even the lighting as well, like, the waterfall effects, I've never seen it done before. But like, also like, it's also really nice, because like, the pacing in the second half was actually really on point. Like, these, like, look at the speeds here, like, it's much more realistic with what you get, it still feels fast. Like, you don't have to make a coaster go bolt out of the blocks quick to make it feel like it's going fast. Like, if you play your scenery right and also do some cool visual effects in post, like, you can get it feeling like it's fast, like Mr. RCTV Creator did last year. The other thing to say is, I felt like correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt like you were missing a few supports here and there. Don't get me wrong, your interiors are amazingly on point, but I just felt like you were missing like some supports here and there, so like, the coaster was just sort of floating. But also, actually, this was amazing. That 0G roll over the tables, that was really cool. But yeah, so that is number 5. Like, all in all, amazing. It's just work on the pacing of the first half, and if with an entry like that next year, you'll be on the podium, almost certainly. So that's number 5. Ooh, there we go. Oh, we got a thumbnail from it. Lovely. So we done 6 now. And starting to get into very much the business end of this competition. Does it really not pull above 5 Gs? Wow, I'm surprised. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, 5 was amazing. I mean, the guys who are paying attention, you can probably work out who's in the top 4 now. Interestingly. Okay. Chain lift? That could have been an option. Actually, there again, mid-course chain lift, that is a bit of a weird idea. Yeah, I could tell it was a chain lift launch just by the way the camera goes. Like, that's how I had to do the Fat Man to get that working. Yeah. Like, I'll give you credit, like, other than that, it was amazing. It was a joy to watch. But, well, I don't know these things. I can only go by what I can tell from the video. So, the show must go on. So, we're into the 4th place. The, in my opinion, certainly from my racing experience, the worst seat to be in. But, so yeah, 4th place. Just off the podium, but, like, still a quality entry. Like, I mean, I didn't put 4 on the podium because, like, the top 3, all of them just blew me away. Like, 3 was an amazing setting. 2 was just a quality, classy entry, and number 1 was, number 1. Well, you'll see number 1 soon enough, don't worry. But, how are we doing on time? So, we've got 4 left and 20 minutes. I really did stretch these videos out. It feels like we are rallying through these. But, well, I think we will open up number 4. So, let's roll the video. So, in at number 4, hailing from yours truly, it is Skoger. So again, another return of the Track 11 expansions. This time I was using a Vekoma train on it. Like, the rock work and stuff, like, this was very similar to Diamond Banshees. However, like, with this one, I could see, like, I used a lot more multiple textures, which is why whereas Diamond Banshee, I could see there's a little more, just all one texture. Again, the station, like, the detailing, oh man, the detailing, that, like, this, I've seen, like, stations like this before, like, this and, like, Red Eyes Revenge are almost inseparable. Like, it was only really the pacing of Red Eyes Revenge that led me to put this one above Red Eyes Revenge. But, like, again, like, both these entries, quality pathwork, quality building, quality detailing, quality rock work, like, just, Again, I threw in the night POV just because I felt that the frame rate was actually way better. But also, like, this actually coaster was heavily drawn from the Fallout 4 park. Like, it's the exact same station layouts. And this is the kind of setup I was going for. Like, this whole underneath the station, well, like, station under the station. Like, just going through the supports. I thought that was a really cool thing to behold. And, like, yeah. And but obviously, like, I did make a bunch of mistakes with this coaster. Like, you can see right there was some clearance issues. Oh, did that not fade? Damn it. That was meant to fade through. Oh, well, I can't have everything. But yeah, like, there was some clearance issues with the trees where I just didn't check that on the quality control. But, like, this is sort of the other side of what you can do with the track landing expansions. Like, you could do launched, or you could do, like, the whole lift hill thing, which I think this is an excellent example of what can be done with it. Like, a large-scale project with, like, lots of cool elements that you just don't get in the usual game. Like, there's some really cool corkscrews in this set that I was using here. Like, I mean, I was trying to control the pacing as much as I could, just keep it as consistent as possible while still feeling fast. But, like, in the edit, I just put in way too much motion blur. Like, especially on the day POV. Also, with the color scheme, like, I was trying to add, like, a two-tone thing, like, just to blend in with the background, like the brown and green. I think that actually worked out quite well. Like, I never really felt this coaster was amazing, but I was only probably coming from Volkendar the previous year and just being salty from the Fallout 4 part getting cancelled. But yeah, like, also I was trying to integrate some of the elements of the rock work and stuff, which you'll see certainly in this latter half. And so yeah, like, this element here, like, right, oh, almost took your head off there. And also, like, some of the tunnels I threw in here, so, like, just towards the end. Obviously, in the main video, I blacked these out, but I decided to keep these in for the actual thing. And then, like, the end of this, like, I just sort of, like, I think I was a bit lazy with it. But I always wanted to have, like, this idea, like, this cool, like, thing to see them coming through the station on the other side. But yeah, so that is number 4. So the worst position of the spot goes to me. But, like, again, like, the trying to get this lighting on the inside, it was very hard. But, like, I was trying to keep as consistent as I could with the external street lighting. So let's switch back to main screen. Yeah, like I said, like, the clearances were a bit tricky. And yes, you did hear a Fusrodar. Yes, TDP, you did hear a Fusrodar. But yeah, like, Dexboss, like, I was well aware, like, we both had, like, Dexboss, I was well aware, like, me and Diamond Banshee, we both had issues. Diamond Banshee, like, the pacing was all over the place. Me, I would have taken my head off. Like, they were both a bit all over the place. Like, they both had issues. Which is why which is why neither of them were on the podium. Booyakasha! It's definitely Fusrodar. It's definitely Fusrodar. Yeah, like, with regards to the ground position, like, I've looked at Old Spice's, like, texture pack, but I don't know how to get it working. I could never really work that out. But anyway, so now we're getting into the real business end. So I think let's do a bit of a roundup before we get to the top 3. So, at number 10, just to recap, Power Surge by Adrenaline Co. 9, Grizzly by Dexboss. 8, Cough the Table by Kidderosa. 7, Steel Stallion by JMac Productions. 6, Nova Riser X Eclipse. 5, Red Eyes Revenge by Diamond Banshee. 4, Skoga by Shadowwood TD5000. Those are the inferior coasters. Now we're getting into the business end. Number 3, 2, and 1. The bronze, silver, and gold medals, which will be well, not actual medals, I never... It still bugs me, I don't actually have prizes to get out of this competition. I just never have the money, especially being bloody student. Like, I'm just on a tight budget, but, like, I still find it grateful, like, just people enter this, like, as enthusiasts. Like, that's sort of the whole idea of this contest. Like, a contest for enthusiasts run by enthusiasts. Like, I was almost considering actually getting RiseX Eclipse to help me judge this one. Speaking of which, actually, well, RiseX or RCT3K, if you're watching, fancy doing a joint competition next year? Hit me up. Like, genuinely, that would be a really cool thing, like, combine the contests. Yes, we have the top 3 hype. We are getting into the business end. Like, I stretched out the showcase videos as much as I could. So, number 3. Actually, Dexboss importing from No Limits, I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'm actually not a fan of that. Like, I can see the appeal, but, like, it kind of means, like, you're not using RCT3 to build, like, a coaster. Like, don't get me wrong, no, but I think, like, No Limits design should stay in No Limits. But, like, also, the other thing is, importing from No Limits, have you seen how to do it? It is a nightmare. Like, I've seen Coaster Inc. Guide and half of it, and hardly any of it makes sense. Like, you gotta, like, take the model, extract the model from No Limits, import it into Blender, like, get the connection points for the track right, split it into pieces, then import that whole thing as a custom track into RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, which I don't even know how to do. Like, it took me 4 goes to get the CTRs working for Skoga and the Fat Man. But in the meantime, let's jump back to the main while I'm rambling. So I think sorry, that we are going to crack open number 3. So the bronze medal. So it's slightly weird because I can't see I have to have VLC up on this screen, which is where you guys all are, so I can't actually see what you're saying while I'm talking. But in the meantime, is number 3. Oh, I need to get it up and running. So a little bit more time. All right, here we go. So I'm just waiting for it to load. But we are going to get into the podium spots. So here we go. The bronze medal. In at number 3, hailing from RCT Men Holland Mine Tour Kart Ride. Now, I knew RCT Men Holland was a bit of a legend, and I had high expectations of this one, and I was not, well, I was a little bit disappointed, but so many aspects of this coaster were amazing. Like, the scenery as ever is phenomenally on point. Like, and this is actually, go and watch the video because this is like a whole pre-show thing. Like, go and watch it. I didn't include it because we're limited on time, but go and watch it. Like, this pre-show thing was actually a really cool concept. So go and give it a watch. It was really cool to behold. But like, honestly, like, having it here does not do it justice because there are so many aspects of this coaster that was so well done that, like, you just can't get from this video. Also, like, the stalagmites and stalactites, where did you get these rocks? I've never seen it before, ever. And, like, the visual effects and also the sound effects were so on point. Like, it was so cool. Also, your lighting, perfectly on point with, like, the theming and, like, the setting. Like, look at the custom scenery. It was phenomenal. But, like, I mean, I'm going to get nitpicky here. Like, the vast majority of this coaster was amazing. But you'll see, especially in the latter half, like, there is a noticeable lack of supports. Like, I know there are sets I've used to support this CT, which is from the Europa Park add-on. Like, there are sets I've used to support this CT. Like, a good one would be, flipping, the mini coaster supports by Dazmatsu. I think that's who makes them. But, like, most of this coaster was amazing. Like, the sound, like, you just don't get the sound effects from here, but, like, just the lack of supports killed it. Like, everything else was just so on point, which is why it's on the podium. But, like, if it had had supports, this probably would have won. But it was missing supports. But, like, in the last half of this coaster, there's so many things. Like, obviously we cut away here because, wait for it, the vertical drop for Lycan 13. Like, I've never seen anyone do this in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 ever. I don't even know how you did this. I want to know, because this was amazing. Just, like, literally, I was watching this, I was genuinely scared. Like, this was amazing. this whole setup, like the music goes so well with it as well. Like, go and watch the original video, seriously. Like, because the original video is just this showcase here does not do it justice. You have to watch the original to get the full effect. And like, oh, so many of this aspects of this coaster I loved, but it just needed to have the supports, because with a floating track, that just triggered the realistic senses. But like here, another prime example of why this coaster was so badass. Like, you think you're getting out of the mine, and then suddenly, error on the chain lift, and wait for it, down we go again. Like, generally, like, the music changed here and the sounds, I was actually getting slightly scared. Like, oh yeah, comedy was, but like, I was getting way too invested in this coaster, because it was just such a cool concept, and like, so many aspects of it I loved. However, yeah, I am a nitpicky, so I'm a nitpicker, and like, it was just the lack of supports that led this to not win. Because otherwise, this would have won if it had supports. So that is number 3. That is number 3. Like, on the whole, an amazing entry. Like, it was just so... Yeah, it's the same guy who made Journey to Buddha. It's the same guy who made Journey to Buddha. Like, that... Like, I could tell. I knew what he made last year. I knew that there was going to be a quality entry this year. And I was not disappointed. Well, I was slightly. Like, RCTM in Holland, if you can get the supports right, you will probably win. You will probably win my competition. But, yeah. Can't have it all. So, we have 2 coasters left. So, yeah. 1 podium spot has been filled. The bronze medal has been taken. But we're still not we're still not there yet. We've still got 1 more to crack open before we find out who wins. So, 2 and 1, both of these were amazing. I'm just going to say that now. Both of these entries were amazing. But in the end, like, I was able to actually distinguish between them quite well, like, based on a few aspects. And also, a slight help was the music choice. Not really, but I love a good bit of 2 Steps from Hell. But anyway, yeah, like, these edits are coming together are quite long, so I think we're going to launch straight in with number 2. So, in number 2, the silver medal, we have Vulcan by Colts 18-87 TD. Like, this is only the second, like, flying coaster that I've seen for a very long time. Like, the only previous one was done by Silverette. And, like, this is a very similar theme, like the Roman, and, like, again, Colts, I love your flying designs. I love it. But, like, another thing I say is, can you do anything else? Like, I've had 2 flying entries from you back to back. Like, I know you're a former winner of this contest. Like, I do feel like the skills in the edit need to be slightly upped. And also, like, there was... Sorry. Brain switched off there. Like, there's just so many cool aspects. Like, the buildings of this were phenomenal. However, the one thing I will say was the pathwork was just looking a little bit simplistic for my liking, and you were missing some flanges here and there. But, like, the lighting at night, fully on point. Also, thanks for throwing in this amazing overhead shot, which provided the glorious ending to our Skyrim-based intro. But, like, you can see here the pathwork, just a little too simplistic. Like, I think it... if that had been a little more on point, then I think that this could have well ended up winning. Actually, frankly, so many of these coasters could have ended up winning. Like, it was such a close year. Like, obviously I'm including the night POV because night POVs are cool by default. But, like, with the flying coaster, yeah, you gotta get, like, the whole, like, 2 inverted elements working together. And, like, this act was done phenomenally well. Like, there were so many cool aspects of this. But, yeah, like, I don't know why I included the whole lift hill, actually. But yeah, like, with this one, like, it just kept chopping and changing. Like, it's so cool, like, how it switches from going upside down to normal. Like, there's some really cool elements to this. Like, you'll see later on. But, like, it just makes your head spin. Like, the rock work, phenomenally on point, as always. And like obviously like I get this, I can tell this is an in-game CC, but like you've made in-game CC, in-game track, but you've made it smooth, like you've made it work. And like there's so many like ways you can just flip this thing over and on itself. Like it's really cool to behold. But I will say, like, I had a flying entry from last year, I had a flying entry this year. Can we have something else, please? Like, I feel like I've had the same mold twice. Don't get me wrong, they are amazing, but I'd like to see you win again. But I mean, also, I just tribute to the standard competition. But don't get me wrong, this was a classy entry. So, that's number 2. Which means it is almost time to crown the winner. And I think someone might have figured it out. I'm just going to get the appropriate music up and running. So, one sec. I think we need some... hang on. I think we need to find an appropriate music. So, if you'll give me a minute, I will... There we go. So, it is time. It is time. So, I'm going to switch over the music. So, let's make things a little quieter. And then, new music. Yes, back from last year, still spinning by Sway, doing the deeds. So, here we go. I'm gonna do it. So, we've waited. We've done 9 entries, but who's left? Someone here definitely knows. So, next one now. So, number 1. Like, watch this. This was an amazing one. So, here we go. You're waiting for it. In at number 1, it is Waldafar by Whitehall. You've already figured it out. Like, this was amazing. Like, so many of the aspects of this coaster are comparable to what I would say Silverette levels, which is the holy grail of RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. Like, the foliage in like the plants, the shapes now, I've never seen that before. Flowers completely on point, and the 2-stage fences. That is an element I've used and it is done to glorious effect here. The buildings, oh my god. These were amazing. Like, those are sets I've never even seen before. At least, or, no, that's Zero G's things. Like, again, like, look at the buildings here. Like, the archworks, it all works so well. Like, the detailing is incredible. The foliage completely on point. Like the clock tower, like I don't even know what half these buildings are, but it just looks so amazing. The detailing is incredible, and like I can now I see like the inspiration from Terminator 305 and, as you said, Maverick. But like there was the supports like so on point. Also the combination of the wooden supports with the steel and using the wooden track as well, that was amazing. Like, this was an amazing entry. And then even at night, like the lighting was just so on point. Like, look at this. It was such a joy to behold. So, yeah, like, again, same shot as before, but like, look, the lighting was just properly on point. Like, well-used lampposts, like, simple, nothing over the top, but it works. And like, the supports, look at that! Like, I could see this was inspired by Intimidator 305, which, as you said, is intimidated by Maverick. Rockwork, totally on point. Like, it's consistent around the whole coaster. It's not like on Vulcan, where it's just in places with the coaster. It's around the coaster. Like, the ground foliage, the textures are incredible. And like, I will cut you some slack for the lag on this, the frame rate on this POV, because I could tell RCT3 was just so struggling to handle it. But yeah, like, this was just a joy to watch. And also, I will give you a little bit of kudos for the music choice, which was the Dante's remix of Star Sky by Two Steps from Hell, like the original of which is one of my favourite of their tracks ever. But like, look at this coaster, like, look at the lighting, the Itamin Blitz, the inversions, it all works so well, and just the consistent raw work throughout. Like, this was a joy to behold. And yeah, so that is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, for 2017 Waldafar by Whitehall. The rookie has gone straight to the top, and just for lols, like, the frame rate was hilarious. I could tell RCT3 was just exploding. So, that is number 1. That is number 1. Yeah, Whitehall, this was... I'm not surprised. This was just so on point. But, like, yeah, it was a classy entry. So, congrats, man. It was well deserved. Like, I saw it almost within like minutes of watching it. I thought, I think we got a winner here. Like, I went through the rest of them and I was like, yeah, it has to be that. There's no way it could be anything else. So, congrats. Well done. It was a well deserved. Like, that is part of what I could only dream of doing. Like, there's so many different textures in there, and also the ground textures, that was so on point. Like, was that... I'd love to know if that was Old Spice's ground textures, because, like, that... I get why you're roasting me for my lack of textures, but, like, the ground foliage, it was so on point, and, like, the buildings were amazing. Like, they were so detailed. Like, if you told me Silverette had made that, I would have believed that in a heartbeat. But it was not Silverette. Silverette is above and beyond RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 now. He is... Yeah, I thought it was. Silverette is gone, and new kings are rising. So, congrats! I hope to see you back next year to defend the title. Maybe we'll get RCT Cassie, Mr. RCT Creator, maybe we'll get everyone back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I might even pull out some guns and come up with something as well. So, that is the top 10. So, actually, I'll hold off a bit for the summary. But, yeah. So, just to recap. Number 10, we have Power Surge by Adrenaline Co. Number 9, Grizzly by Dexboss. Number 8, Off the Table by Kidarosa. Number 7, Steel Stallion by JMac Productions. Number 6, Nova by Risey X Eclipse, also known as RCT3 Coaster King. Number 5, Red Eye's Revenge by Diamond Banshee. Number 4, Skogur by Shadow of TD5000. Number 3, and taking the bronze medal, Mine Tour Kart Ride by RCT Men Holland. Number 2, Vulcan by Colts 18 to A7TD. And in at number 1, and taking the crown as the winner of the RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Top 10 Coaster 2017, you may now put that in the title of your video on the original, Waldafar by Whitehall, a classy entry. Like, congrats to everyone. Like, top 5. Oh man, that was so hard. It was so hard to judge. Well, except number 1. Like, number 1, I had a feeling I knew who was gonna win. Like, from the moment I saw it. But like, this was again a classy entry. Like, the enthusiasm has once again been phenomenal. Sorry about the late results. Like, I just didn't have time on Friday, and I didn't actually have everything ready on Friday. I still had to get the other half of the segments done. But those are the results. This has been the show. So I'm going to keep this going until the end of the song. So congratulations to everyone who has entered. I hope to see you all back next year. Go and check out RCT3 Coaster King's channel tomorrow for the results of the King of RCT3 Contest 7. But in the meantime, I'm going to just drift off. Bye-bye.